Did anyone take the hafted leaf?
I know that one of you has it. I don't know who though.
Not I.
Did
I
we take the what?
believe
The
the dead
hafted
leaf
leaf.
that was in her hand. I'm
It
looking
was
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
half dead.
phone. Yes.
It was half burned.
Yeah.
I think Leah had it?
It was half decayed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
At least that's who had found it. So I'm not sure.
It's me.
So, are we stopping by the archaeology?
Mm-hmm.
Would we know where you said I would know where this place was, or someone would know
Yeah.
where the place was?
It's not hard to miss. There is a large section of the Mediocre district, which is basically this large hanging garden. A ecology that is inside of Polythreme, at least providing some of the food that Polythreme requires on a daily basis. Though obviously not nearly enough for the number of inhabitants. So despite the ecology within Polythreme, Polythreme relies heavily upon trade with the ecologies lying outside the city. You make your way on past where you would head left towards Quartermains and instead follow the circular street going around the medial district in a wide berth until you reach these hanging gardens. Easy enough to see, green, resting on multiple tiers, and at the bottom of which are a couple of offices.
Catherine, I meant to ask you something that probably would not have been as great to ask while we were at your order. Assuming that possibly someone found out about the research that your mentor was doing, what are the chances that they would just... This is all just a big cover-up? Considering how secretive your order is.
I suppose it would be likely. But
I
I
believe-
won't think it would be, but
I believe there was some note in what we were reading about what would happen if anyone went down that lane.
mm, I remember.
Just something to consider.
Mm.
Well, let's head into the offices then. See if we can find out anything about these potion ingredients. So we'll...
Do you require me in there, ma'am, or mind if I look around out here?
If you wanted to look around, that's fine. I could probably navigate this one with whoever else wanted to come in.
I will like to follow Red then. I don't feel like I belong in there.
You step into a relatively small, well-lit building, and it almost seems like an herbalism shop. There are plants, potted plants, all over this place. There are jars lining one entire wall, containing what looks like ingredients, or at least fruits and produce from the farm. As you step inside, a small bell rings out, and behind the counter, you see someone sort of shoot up as They very quickly awaken from a nap. Uh, Sorry, how can I help you?
Yes, actually, I was trying to find out. I have a list of ingredients here that someone sent me. And I'm trying to see if you would be able to look at this and tell me from these ones that I've marked, if you could see what those type of ingredients would be used for.
Of course, of course. Might take me a bit. I mean, how long do you? What time is it? How long do you have?
That's rather a pressing matter, so if I needed to wait, I could wait a bit.
Okay. The list.
I'll pass over the list.
He takes a look at it, and then he takes a look at the table in front of him, which you see is just filled with mortars, pestles, random fruits, or other plant matter. For a moment, he struggles with looking for a place to put on the note before he just puts it on a large stack of paper that lies in the corner. What looks like forms, something bureaucratic. And then he very quickly just collects stuff off the table, shoving it into boxes and moving it under the table. Before he then grabs your list again and takes a long look. Red leaf. He heads off towards the large shelves lining the wall, and on those shelves, just going through some of the books. The whole process takes him a couple of minutes, with him walking back and forth between the list and the bookshelf. Well, most of these seem to be just general potion ingredients. Many seem to be in the preface of potions. So a potion works in 3 stages. First, it needs to make your body compatible. Open the bloodways for easier passage, and So there's some blood thinners in there too. I don't see any ingredients that would have a direct effect. So it's not definitely not a full raw potion recipe, but yes, it contains mostly those initial enhancers that would make the potion then work more easily.
So these seem to be mostly just about allowing the potion to be able to flow through the body faster.
Well,
Or
there's
efficiently.
usually you'd use 1 or 2 of them. There's quite a lot of these. I don't think you could give someone this many without some sort of side effect. It's like adding water to clay to make it more moldable, but instead of adding a cup of water, this is like a whole bucket.
Is there anything else in?
Freya!
Sorry.
It's loud.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Then it's weird.
It might be okay, then.
Maybe.
And no other ingredients listed here are for anything other than just that first stage that you were talking about?
No, yeah, that they're all for that first stage. Most of them seem compatible with one another, at least. But yeah,
That's
I mean,
good to
this
know.
is like I don't know what someone would build a potion upon this much toughener, I guess you could say.
Well, I appreciate it. That probably answers most of my questions that I had about it. Then I thought it was a bit of an odd list.
Very well. Is that all?
Yep, that's all I needed. Thanks, and I'm going to turn around and leave.
Yes. Leave.
Haha. Ha.
Haha.
Dope carpet, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that carpet.
He's ballin'.
So outside,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to look for a replacement cook. So I'm gonna.
A replacement, isn't he just?
Well, what happened was.
I thought
Are,
he
are there
just
by
was-
any chance any nearby? As I understand, we kind of walked down the main drag to get here. Along the side streets, are there any like food stalls that look maybe? I don't want to say like less busy, but maybe like they got pushed off the main drag because.
Isn't the cook just?
There's not that many food stalls here. Most of the arrangements on this medial district are just straight up restaurants and such,
Okay.
or taverns and the like.
So would that be like closer back to where the guild is?
Well, you'd basically be backtracking towards the guild. The manor as well as the guild hall were basically a straight shot from the guild towards the outer ring. But to get to the ecology office, you've sort of gone along this outer ring.
Okay. I don't need to look for them here then. I'll look for somewhere else where it's a little more likely later on.
I'm gonna
big?
walk next to Red. And I'm gonna ask him, by the way, Red,
Yeah.
have you, and Ablin ever been to Antok Arc before?
Antagog. I do not believe so. Have we? I don't think we have.
Not that I know.
Unless there was some function I was required to go to.
No. Antok Arc is one of the larger ecologies that lie far outside of Polythreme. On the continent, it's way further south, almost past the mountain range. So it's quite a ways.
We kind of recognize the name, but not any particular. Would that be accurate?
Yeah. I mean, you know of Antok Arc. It is where a big part of the food supply for Polythreme comes from, but
Gotcha.
you've never been there.
Why do you ask? You have some.
It's nothing, it's just a nice place. Been there. I was just wondering if you spent basically most of your life here or ever visited outside.
Yeah, most of it here in Polythreme. Up and down, as you might say.
You can make an insight check if you want, by the way.
I'm just making small
Insight
talk.
check.
I'm not overly concerned about.
He's the BBG.
Okay.
Are
Or
you
do I have to
from
make a
outside?
perception check? I don't know.
Huh?
Deception check.
Okay. Yeah, give me a deception check.
Because I didn't really say all the truth there.
Oh my god.
What?
What?
Can I hear
Nani?
his blood lying?
It's a fucking.
God, that
It's a
was
4.
Yeah, I mean, you
Not
were
expecting
willing,
him?
like you're not really looking for him to. You don't. For you, it's just making small talk.
Yeah, I wasn't
But
expecting
The
him to
way
lie to me.
the way he suddenly just very quickly switches to. Oh no, it's just a nice place.
It's just a nice place, you know.
He
Well,
sort of
you must
stumbles over words
you
a
must
little
have visited
I mean,
sometime.
to you, it's very obvious that for some
Okay.
reason, you're not sure why he brought it up in the first place, but he seems to be. It's not just a nice place to him, obviously. But I mean, whether or not you care is up to you, of course.
I mean, are you from there or? Oh, mean, rest your
Why?
stuff or not.
Why would you think that?
You brought it. I don't know.
I guess like just talking about this when I'm nearby, or is it like
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about
Yeah,
it.
we're just
I mean, they
talking.
step outside of the office. Everyone's sort of congregated around there, I'd say.
I assume we're kind of like strolling slowly back toward the guild or something.
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm from there, and I was just wondering if you knew people from there and stuff.
Well, if you're from there, I suppose I know you. It always sounded like a nice enough place. All the fields and greenery and such, I suppose.
Hmm. They also have the circus there.
Impressive.
are you from the circus?
That's a long time ago. I've been there as a child. Worked there for a couple of years.
Well, why'd you happen on leaving then if it's so nice?
I have business here.
Ah, yeah, of course.
And we're just walking back at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
You're not a criminal, are you?
Hello, Albin. Welcome back.
Yes. So it seems like trying to like open up the enough blood thinner to just kind of wash the body out with all these ingredients.
Is that... Catherine, is that, like, something that's necessary for, I don't know, lycanthropes to require additional things and
I mean-
potions?
Considering her research, it sounds like it makes sense to me.
Right. I imagine if they're trying to look for a cure for the blood curse, then you're going to need to either have something go through the body relatively largely and affect all of your blood, or drain it one way or another.
Oh my.
Hey, beggar. How large is the lower district?
Massive.
It's really big.
Dang, okay.
I'll be honest. I have a map in the making. I am kind of
I've
done, but
seen it. It's
I haven't finished it.
massive.
But I mean, I could probably
Oh
give
my
you like
God.
a sneak peek if you really needed.
No, if they wanted a sneak peek, they should have been watching your streams back. Real fans.
No. For only $9.99, you too today can unlock
Wow.
the map.
Ooh.
You are streaming map making?
Hmm.
Maybe.
Incredible.
Anyway, Soleil was just telling us about his childhood and how it was in the circus,
What?
apparently.
No.
You're in
Yeah.
the circus? That's interesting.
At
That's
some
what you're
And
point.
Just
then
me,
he
right?
said he's got some kind of business here.
Don't we all?
Shady like.
What? I never said that.
You just said that.
No, I didn't. I just said I worked in the circus for a couple of years.
And that you got
Inside
business
check.
here.
Yeah.
Fine,
Right.
give me an insight check.
Can I use my passive insight?
Nope.
Uh,
It's also contested. So Alavan, you roll against.
Oh no.
Against what do I roll for?
Oh, that was almost a net
Your
20.
deception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deception.
Yeah,
I mean, didn't I just told you I worked in the circus. I didn't lie again.
Or
Oh,
I mean, you can roll
Well,
and
you-
then choose how much to reveal.
You said you didn't say it when you did.
oh,
Okay.
Okay, so
Insight.
yeah.
I didn't say I have shady business here.
yeah,
So, yeah. So this contested insight roll is basically You need to reveal some of the truth, but if you are telling the truth, then yeah, that's fine.
Okay, what's the question?
I guess.
Is your business shady? That's what we're inciting, I think.
No,
That's what I'm inciting.
That's not what I'm inciting.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I have to reveal some of the truth, right? How do I say
Well,
this?
at least to. You just need to say whether or not you're lying, but first, for Heated,
yeah.
Heated did beat your roll, but I think Red didn't.
I had an 8.
We have
Oh,
different
let's
Yeah, so
questions.
they both. It's only by a decently small margin, though, so. You only need to give them an inkling whether or not you're lying about that particular subject or not.
Soleil looks to the ground and just says, I don't know yet.
Okay.
Because that is the truth.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, when you do know, we'll be here for you, so don't worry about it.
As riveting as this is, I think we were heading back.
Right. Is that a food stall?
Isn't there already a chef at Quartermain's?
Well, you would think that,
I thought
then he
just wasn't
disappeared.
there. Like it was too early in the morning.
No, it
Wasn't
was
it the
last
evening?
night and then in the morning.
Last
Both.
night he went to bed. Home. Wait, I wasn't there.
What's that for a cook who just goes to bed when there's breakfast and dinner time?
Oh,
Right,
looks like
haven't you
about
been
5.
cooking- Right, haven't you been cooking food?
Well, yeah, but I mean, haven't you been eating the food?
Yes.
Makes a good point.
But I've been eating your food for quite some time now.
Not that great. Well,
Reds, give me an intelligence roll.
oh boy.
I think the food was fine. It had meat in it.
This will be with a -1, so that's a 6. Highly appropriate.
Yeah, no, I mean, the situation's weird. There was a cook, you're pretty sure, man.
He gone, and I
Oh,
got
you
stuck
were,
with
you were.
it, so you know what? Trying to hire somebody.
Isn't that something you should talk to Reginald?
I don't think he's honestly that concerned with the day in and day out of. I don't know if you noticed that, but he didn't even know the cook was not there. You know what I mean? Man was just eating a bag of carrots because he got hungry.
Maybe
think
he
that's
just
just
likes
Reginald.
carrots.
Well, that's my point, right? I think he'd just run out of carrots, eat a bag of potatoes, and expect us to do the same, which isn't. Yeah, exactly. I figure if we just see somebody that's kind of down on the look, but isn't a half bad chef, you know.
You going to
Can't hurt,
go around and test their cooking abilities on the middle of the road?
Well, I mean, sure, and anybody who helps. I don't know if you all have.
I got my behind beat.
How good
Like
was
to rest.
Reth's cooking?
Decidedly mediocre.
Yeah, we should get a new cook.
Whoa!
I can try to cook, but
No, we should get a real
No.
cook.
I don't
Food's
like my meat
important.
rare.
Look, this seems really irrelevant to me. If you really wanted to go ahead, but I'm probably gonna head back.
No, yes, of course. I'll do it on my own time.
I'm sorry, you can totally do whatever you want to. Just she's
No.
not really here.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
Oh, yeah, right. Anyone who cares about.
Care about the food that we're eating.
Yeah, very good.
Well, I'm gonna get back. There's a couple of projects I wanted to work on.
Certainly.
There was no fight today. Leah, would you have some spare time to have some kind of a sparring match or something? I need some training.
Right, yeah, sure.
Cool.
Oh. Wait, when do you leave?
Hello, Reginald.
Right.
Hi, Reginald.
Yeah. So how'd it go? At the manor, I mean.
Oh. Inconclusive.
You still occupied with that, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Reginald,
Yeah.
you seem like a wise man.
People have told me worse.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the Union of the Blood Curses?
Theoretical explorations of trying to unify multiple blood curses. And probably a theory or two. Why?
What about the tower?
Well, Polythreme is the city of towers.
Okay.
There's multiple in the upper district. There's probably hundreds on the Archaeon. That's floating up in the sky.
Have you ever
I'm sure
heard?
there's towers outside of Polythreme as well.
Have you ever heard anything happening in a tower here that costs many lives? And
Oh,
maybe had to do with the order of the Lycan.
Mages really like towers. There's multiple accidents that I can remember with mages in their towers.
Reginald.
But the order, no, not that I remember.
Reginald, do you know what this is? And I'll hold up the finder thing.
Well, kind of looks like a compass.
Okay. So,
Okay. I guess it's the main hall again, Leah, right? I mean, last time it was Kara, I know, but let's stay here, I guess. It's the most space.
Let's not mess up the inside.
Mm-hmm.
He's told me he's going to go get a carrot.
He probably is.
That son of...
Did we hide the carrots?
that's mean. Come on, he just wants carrots. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to sit on the stairs here, and I guess try to attune to that finder thing.
Okay.
In the meantime, I guess you can hear you can hear weapons clashing and
As
fighting going on.
Give me an Arcana check, actually.
This Hunter's Bane probably wouldn't help. Where's my D20? Here. Ah. Kinda 18.
As you try to attune to the finder, it fails. And with your somewhat limited knowledge of magic, you still realize that the reason why you can't really make a connection, why you can't attune, is because there's already one there. It seems to already be attuned to someone.
Do I see any way to use the compass?
Well, it doesn't seem to be working. When you open it, the needle just sort of doesn't move no matter how you turn it. Might need someone to identify the object to get more information.
Hmm. Do we hear any carrot crunching?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go book original.
Beggar.
Well, now you hear carrot crunch.
Okay, I'll wait for the next turn.
Beggar, I'm going to take the 2 teeth that I have, and just out of curiosity, I'm going to be working on ritually casting Identify on them. I doubt
Where'd you get
it's
those
going
teeth
to.
again? Remind
There
me.
was one from the fish, one from the pig.
Right. Okay.
But again, Identify is more for like a magical
Yeah.
item or something like that. It's more me just experimenting.
Give
Wait a minute.
me an Arcana check.
You... I know you can identify.
I
Did you
don't.
do it at the manor?
No.
I don't know if I've told anybody that. I mean, I do it a lot in my spare time. Oh, that was horrible. That's an 11. No, wait. Okay. That's a. So what is
Does
my...
it beat a 15?
No, it's a 14.
Okay. Well, you can clearly see that these teeth have been altered. There's hints of transmutative magic on those teeth. They're definitely not naturally grown this long. You can also tell from the way of the discoloration of the tooth, the lower portion, the sort of the tip, is more discolored than a large, like about 60% of the what makes up most of this tooth. Meaning that this 60% probably grew in later and is younger than that more decayed portion.
Okay.
Reginald,
Yes?
can you identify magic items?
It's been a while, but yeah, I can give it a try.
I can give this a look at, and I'll walk over and pop this down on in front of him.
He puts it on the table and you see him sort of digging in his pockets for a few moments. Somewhere should be. You see him pull out a large pouch containing various components, out of which he pulls a pearl he places next to the compass and places a few candles around. Do you have fire to light them? I don't wanna.
I have a tinder box. I guess I'll
Do you mind?
light them on fire.
Reginald pulls over a stool and sits down on it, and he just concentrates on the compass. His eyes closed, and he sits there for several minutes. At a point where you start to get a little bored. You're not sure how long this kind of stuff usually takes, but it's taking a long time.
This is a barrel of carrots.
It's a crate with carrots. Next to a crate with a shit ton of potatoes.
I'll grab a carrot and start munching.
After a few more minutes, Reginald opens his eyes. I've seen one of these before. It's a finder. You attune it to a soul, and it seems to be broken though. It's supposed to point towards the soul.
Do you know where I could get it fixed?
I don't actually notice anything magically broken with it, and maybe that itself is an indication. No. Maybe the soul's on a different plane, maybe, I'm not really sure. I'm not a master of these things.
If just we knew about a broken soul.
By all means, it should be working. It's just not.
Do you know if do these finders have mechanical components, or is it all magical?
Well, it has a base, a needle, and there are definitely material components to it, but none of them seem broken. You could try mending it, but it doesn't seem broken. Magical items are difficult to break, nigh impossible even. You'd have to undo the spell work to break it easily.
Is there... Assuming it gets fixed, how would I use it?
Oh, it should already be working. It should be pointing towards the soul it is attuned to.
Alright. Thank you, Reginald. That's very helpful.
No. Fight the discount.
Not professional.
I love him so much.
Okay, so I assume you're doing a few things, taking a long rest. I would say we take a small pee break, because I need to get fresh tea and go pee. And I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
All good.
In the meantime, Leah and Soleil beating the shit out of each other.
Yay.
Hey.
How goes the search for the cook?
I don't know.
That's a very important.
We're about to find out.
Now, I'm pretty sure, out of character, that we were just told, or you were told, that the cook was just on vacation.
Was I?
But, yes, but you continue to look for a cook, because I'm very entertained by where this is going to end up.
Yeah.
It's possible that they've just been on an indefinite vacation.
Or it's possible that
They were supposed to be back in like 2 days.
they quit and Reginald just completely forgot.
Also true.
And I mean,
This is Reginald we're talking about.
we
I
could
love
just find
Reginald.
a new kick, and then either he's better and we fire the old one, or the old one returns and we fire the new one.
Mm-hmm.
True. Or
Yeah.
Reginald.
Let's have a cook battle.
Oh.
It's
This
time.
week on D&D Chopped.
Yeah.
But,
Let's-
but it's just gonna be Beggar like cooking against himself.
Yeah. I'm fine with that actually.
Let's organize an addition for kicks.
Oh my god.
Poor Beggar. His throat is like all messed up. And we're like, yeah, could you just do a whole thing where you're just we're just gonna watch you make 2 NPCs.
Listen,
Have a
just
cook-off.
RP with yourself.
Why just
for,
two?
like-
Let's invite all the kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Find the best one, so we get the best food.
This week on Master Chef's Quartermains edition.
And all of us are the jury.
Exactly. I mean, works out for us.
I just don't want to roleplay being a food critic.
Yes, this potassium. Fuck, never mind. Trying to say fuck pistachio. Can't even do it.
Excuse